What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another comparison video. Madden 15 PS4, All-Pro Football 2K8, Xbox 360. I don't know that I've ever opened a video that way. I always tell you what game it is, but I have to classify the console generation, I guess, is really just a sad snapshot of where we are as a gaming community. Kind of like a punch in the throat almost to say that. Why not go back to play action football on my Game Boy? But anyway, I don't edit these, if you can't tell, usually one take. Do me a favor, like button, subscribe button, criticism in the comment section, Twitter, Shutdown Safety is my username. Listen, I've got some really important Montana 16 information to put out next week. I don't want you guys to feel like it's a tease. There's some legality issues, there's some approvals that have to take place that really aren't in my control, but when they get done, and I have absolute faith that they will, what I'm going to do for the community is going to be a significant impact in this game. I'm proud, I'm privileged, I'm honored to be able to do it, and most importantly, it's going to be something you guys can all stand by and support. So look for that coming up next week. However, to get to the breakdown, I want to discuss the ground game with Madden 15. I think the consensus with the community is this is one of the worst running game Maddens, if you will, that have came down the pike in a while. And when you talk about the community days, the game changers, to have something so simple really plague this game. At the end of this video, you're going to be able to break down any Madden 15 run the same way I would, but to have something so unconventional happen like we see in this play really is astonishing. I've picked a very good run team, Seattle Seahawks, against, not the best run defense with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I want you to notice from Lynch's perspective, when he gets the ball and comes out here, you're going to see we've got 4 linemen being blocked by 5 offensive linemen. And really how clear as day this is in terms of what occurs. So we're going to take a look at Sweezy, number 64, and number 99. And I want you to pay attention to the animation transition here, because you can see here right now, Sweezy has all the position. You can see just physically from a football perspective that he would be dominating the player at this point. And right here, you're going to see the transition where they change in terms of the animation. And this is so important because I want you to notice what happens with Bryant, number 79, on the left side of your screen, and Miller, number 97, on the right side of your screen. I want you to notice how as soon as the shoulders dipped with Sweezy, that Miller and Bryant simultaneously get their blocks released. And it's a single team on your left, single team, that makes a lot of sense. It's a single block on your left, a double team on your right, to show you how the release goes. And the importance of that is when the running back hits the line of scrimmage in this game, for whatever reason, the offensive line has a tendency to release. And as you can see with Russell Okung, he's about to release Clemens as well. There you can see basically the full releases occurred, as no player other than what Sweezy is doing is left blocked. I want you to show how unconventional this result is. Look at Watson, number 57. Watch him come into this play and just stone Chris Clemens. I mean, if there's anything that can show you how fundamentally wrong it is about a line releasing a tackle or a lineman or an end as the player hits the line of scrimmage, it creates this concept where a linebacker pursues to the ball carrier while the end releases and they just slam into each other. That is what this causes. And this is on any run, inside, outside, sweeps, I don't care. That's why you have such a problem getting to the outside. And the reason I wanted to show this to you at first is this is actually a continued animation where even after the play, they continue to go through. That's just playing out a loop. So I want to load up All-Pro Football, take a look at that, and show you how they do it a little bit differently. All right, so here we are, All-Pro Football 2K8, and it's literally like watching a different sport when you look at it this way. And there it is at speed, but I want to go in and just look at it from the halfback's perspective, because to me, this changes the complexity of the game from an offensive and defensive perspective. I mean, first and foremost, as the line of scrimmage is met here, no block is being released. In Madden, we'd have a situation right here where 93, in the midst of his spin move, like we saw with Madden, would be released to pursue to the ball carrier. I mean, this situation where he's right by the ball carrier. But you know what? He has to continue through with his momentum and his animation of actually completing that spin. And in doing that, it allows the running back this small window to continue to work upfield. And the reason this is so critical is it helps the offense. It helps the halfback create space, get open field, but it also forces a defense to commit correctly and bring proper personnel and players down. So I mean, in this example, you can see I'm playing as the safety right here. I'm running down and I'm trying to get to the ball carrier because I know if I don't, that he has the ability to get into the open field and score. That's part of the chess match when it comes to football. And just to go back and take a look at this in terms of what Dexter Manley's bringing to the table. You know, Manley is not released until the running back is about 2 to 3 yards upfield, and I can't overstate the significance of that. You know, there's an animation here that is not so easily broken, and I hate to go back to simplistic programming, but it seems like with Madden, the animations are broken once the defensive player turns his momentum, as if the offensive player can no longer engage if the players turn in the other direction. But we all know in real life that's not the case. An offensive lineman would just not let go because the defensive player is turning upfield. He would still have some type of hold on that player and not just have an instant simultaneous release. And you know what this accommodates again is a completed football play where I come up and make a tackle, and as that tackle's occurring, you can see blocking is still taking place. I mean, you see there with a linebacker, he's actually going to get blocked into the play, into the ground. You come down here, you still have blocking going on. I mean, yes, does it look a little sloppy here with number 90, Mike Golick? Of course it does. But, you know, this is a second-generation console. This is a game that was predicated on a first-generation build. To see it replicate football so cleanly, so smoothly, and to not have that one critical flaw that seemingly no one wants to discuss really devastates the sport. I'd love to know your guys' opinions on this. It's a long video. I appreciate you checking it out. I'll be back in the week with more content.